morning. Welcome to Open Mic with Ann House. My name is Ann House, and we are here in beautiful downtown Denison. Denison is on the border of Texas and Oklahoma at the north part of Dallas, and it has an extremely rich musical history. We love this area so much, and the music stretches from Paris to Gainesville, from Dallas all the way up here to the border and beyond. So some of the things that we like to talk about are organizations that help support music. And today we're going to talk with the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks, the Sherman Lodge, that is 2280. So let me give you a little history here, okay, right? So the moving spirit for the Elks was an Englishman named Charles Algernon Sidney Vivian. Say that 5 times fast. He was born in 1842, and he was the son of a clergyman, a successful comic singer and dancer in the music halls of London. In November of 1867, he arrived to New York City to try his fortune. Other actors and entertainers soon gravitated towards his magnetic personality. Well, that kind of makes sense, right? With everything closed on Sunday because of the New York Blue laws, a group of theatrical people began meeting for their own amusement under Vivian's leadership. A loose organization was formed to make sure the larder was well stocked for those gatherings, and they called themselves the Jolly Corks, which was a name derived from a trick introduced by Vivian in which the uninitiated purchased a round of refreshments. So that means whoever was not initiated in there got to buy the first round, right? One of their members died shortly before Christmas in 1867, leaving his wife and children destitute. And the Jolly Corks decided that in addition to good fellowship, they needed a more enduring organization to serve those in need. In 1868, they established the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks and elected Vivian to its head. Its social activities and benefit performances increased the popularity of the new order, and membership grew rapidly. They traveled to other cities, spread the word of the Brotherhood of Elks, and soon there were requests for Elks lodges in cities other than New York. In response to these appeals, the Elks asked the New York State Legislature for a charter authorizing the establishment of a Grand Lodge with the power to establish local lodges anywhere in the United States. When the Grand Lodge Charter was issued, the founders then received the first local charter as New York Lodge No. 1 on March 10th of 1871. So the Jolly Corks started out as a social organization, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. And when somebody had problems, they took care of them while everybody else worked, and that was, I guess, that was the first form of social insurance, right? Yes. So, how do you relate to the history? So we have Joanne Eskew, Burke Eskew, and
Jason
Walker, and Josh Alderfer. This is Joanne's grandson. So we're looking at what is essentially 3 generations here, without the middle generation over there. He's just not present. So the history of the Elks, what does it mean to you? I mean,
well, the Elks is just the easiest way to describe the Elks is we do really great things for people, and we have a really good time doing it.
Yeah. You know, that is an entertainer's motto, I think.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do it, because, you know, we do have lodge meetings every month. We do lots of charitable things. We do a lot of things for children and veterans, especially children and veterans. This year we're doing a Sub for Santa for kids in need. We also we have ladies that make Afghans for the veterans, mm-hmm. you know, for lap robes for veterans that are in wheelchairs.
And we just spent Halloween freezing at the Sherman High School.
Yes, we did.
passing out candy to the kids.
Yes,
I know it was
did.
only 60 degrees, but hey, it either needs to be hot or it needs
Texas,
to snow.
Right? You know?
Yes. So. But the Elks, I've been involved in the Elks for over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And first as a spouse and now as a member. And I thoroughly enjoy it, the camaraderie, the friendships that you make. I have friends all over the country of Elks. So it's a lot of fun. And I've been a member of 3 different lodges, mm-hmm. and in different states. So I'm new to the lodge in Sherman. I've only been here about 2 years. But
so is it easy to find a lodge pretty much anywhere you go?
Yes. There's pretty much most larger towns. There are some real small towns like Denison that have a lodge, but usually most of your bigger towns, a lot of your larger towns have 4, 5, 6 lodges.
Oh, wow.
Like Phoenix area, there's like 10 lodges within the Phoenix metro.
So does each lodge maybe have a specialty, something that they do on the regular that's different than other lodges?
No. We all do basically the same thing, just different themes for parties.
Right.
And then we share them so that other lodges who didn't think of that one can use it.
Right.
So, yeah, but it's a lot of fun. Like I said, that's how I met you was,
Yeah.
Through that. And Jason, this one.
All right. Since we're live, I guess I'll get started.
No, he's my grandson, and I'm very proud of him. He's
you
a
should be.
really good
He's a
kid.
good guy.
And he is one of the youngest members of our lodge.
So is that something that you're finding becoming an issue, that younger members are not gravitating towards the lodge?
We need younger members. Right now, the average age for Elks is around 55 to 60, which means that if we don't start getting, some younger people in there, we are not going to be around.
Right, because you'll have attrition.
Right.
And if I may, and COVID a couple of years ago really impacted our lodge.
Yes, it did.
So
Did you find that to be the case for pretty much any lodge?
Yeah.
Well, any lodge that the states made them close down, yes.
Okay.
A
Well,
lot of them
states
didn't.
do.
Like Arizona did not make them close down.
Oh.
But, you had to come and wear masks and all of that. But, and it's depending upon where you live, too. I mean, you
Right.
know.
So as a young person, Joshua, what is are you there because it's a family thing? Are you there because it's something you want to do?
Well, the
because
lodge-
you feel a call to, hi everybody. Because you feel a call to do good works?
the lodge really came for me as more of a bonding moment because I'm sure you know our story, but we didn't know each other, for
I know a little bit.
a long time. But and her being an elk was really our Friday nights going out, and that's what it started as.
Right.
But as you go along, you realize the organization does all of these things for people in need, and also we go out of our way to do things. Like, I need something, I'm right down the street from Jason. That's my brother right there. We're going to take care of each other. But honestly, it started out as a bonding moment between my grandmother and myself.
Right.
So that's what the Elks originally meant to me. But now it's, extended
Something
to a
completely
brotherhood
different.
and a sisterhood between all of us that go there.
What about your kids? Is that something that you foresee for your kids?
Well, there's only one.
Well, but still.
She's only 2.
She's only 2, so that's a long way from now. But
But as parents, we tend to think of the future for our kids, right? And as the saying goes, leave your world better than you found it.
right, and we always want our children to be part of some sort of group or organization of people that we know if something was to ever happen to us, our kids would still be well taken care of.
So is that a function that the lodge still performs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is there an example of that you care to share? I mean, is it something?
Actually, we don't share
Okay.
that just because
I gotcha.
privacy policies. But
Makes sense.
but we do a lot of.
She said doo-doo.
We do. We do.
Okay, so I see where this is going.
We do a lot of things for kids. We do have a scholarship program that starts
okay.
at the lodge.
All right.
Okay, for children or grandchildren of Elks members.
So is that a college scholarship or is
Well,
it for
yes,
a private
it's a
school type
college
thing?
scholarship, and it starts at the lodge level. Every state has 2 or 3 or even 5 districts, so then it goes to the district, then to the state, and then to Grand Lodge. Grand Lodge, we are the second highest organization in the country that gives out money for scholarships. We were only surpassed by the government.
Oh, hey.
So we give out thousands, millions of dollars every year in college scholarships. And our top scholarship is, they just raised it, what is it, $60,000 now?
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
believe so.
$60,000 is the top
well,
one.
College
And-
is expensive. so
Right,
yeah.
and we give that to 2, one male and one female, every year.
So is that per lodge or?
No, that's for the whole country.
For the whole country.
Each lodge does, some of them just do like $500, some just $250, whatever the lodge can afford. And then the district does the same, and so does the state. So then if you get the state scholarship, then you go to Grand Lodge.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, those kids that get that scholarship become Elks. And
That makes sense.
It does. And it's, like I said, we do a lot of things for a lot of people, especially children and veterans.
So some of the things that you've done, I know that we have some pictures for,
Yeah, they've been rolling them.
oh, good, okay. You unload and distribute Girl Scout cookies to Girl Scout troops.
Yes, they do. At our lodge, they do, yes.
There was an Easter basket creation program with...
And that was in conjunction with ABATE, I believe, or For the Loves of Biking Brothers.
For the Loves of Biking Brothers
Right.
is what I was...
Yeah, that was in conjunction
That's
with
what I was
them.
given.
We did 300 Easter baskets.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of Easter baskets.
Yes, it was.
That was a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of other things, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
like what?
Well, we're always doing some sort of food drive. There's always some sort of charity going on at the Elks. You walk into the Elks, you're going to see a Toys for Tot box or some sort of food drive that's going to the local school. Or we did, what was that? We
School
did school
supplies.
supplies
Yeah.
just
School
recently.
supplies.
Yeah, we
supplies.
did that.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I remember
Yeah.
seeing the Toys for Tots because I think that's ongoing right now. And I remember seeing...
Actually, it's Sub for Santa.
Oh, is it Sub for... That's right, it's Sub
Okay.
for Santa. And then there's I remember seeing the Halloween candy one.
Yeah.
when I came
Right.
in.
Yeah, we
So-
did that. No, we did that in conjunction with the Sherman Police. They do a big thing on...
Big trunk or treat kind of thing?
Right. Mhm.
Right, Fizz.
Yes, I put on my ostrich costume and
Yes, you
went
did.
right on down there. My blow-up
Put on your
ostrich.
ostrich. He has a blow-up ostrich?
Yes,
cup?
he does.
Yeah.
Well, you should have saw what else I could have got. You'd be happy with the ostrich. They're a little wild with Halloween costumes over at Spirit. So,
Oh my gosh, a blow-up ostrich.
Yeah.
That's something else.
let's not talk about that after midnight.
So, Jason, what is it for you?
I've been a member for over 8 years. So my dad, he started whenever I was really young. So it kind of like grew on to me, knowing that, his friends were doing it. My dad did it. And then it's like a new generation. So it was like a bond.
Right.
And I just,
A way to bond with your dad?
yeah, bond with my dad, some friends. With
And then later on
everybody
other
else.
people
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, it sounds like a really cool place. I've been there several times. I actually enjoy going in for karaoke on Fridays. And when they have open mics over there, I love going over for open mics. And obviously, I'm a music-oriented person, so those music activities just, they're the ones that I go for.
They call us.
yeah.
They call it, yeah, that's right, they do, don't they?
They do.
It's really they call you. Boy, do they ever. Man, let me tell you. I had never heard of the Elks as a young person. And I would drive, obviously, you can drive by their locations, see the signs, and go, oh, hey, look, that's an Elks Lodge. And beyond that, you kind of go, okay. So if somebody wanted to find out about the Elks, what would they do?
They can come to, our lodge is open from 4 o'clock till midnight every day. On Sundays, we do football, of course, and then we're open earlier. You can come over anytime
Go
after
Eagles.
4 o'clock and visit. You
Right.
do not have to be a member to come in to begin with. We like you to become a member once you start coming on a regular basis. So, I mean, it is, guests are welcome at any time. And
We will 100% have you as our guest.
yes, anytime.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
the address for the Sherman Elks Lodge is 1713 FM 1417
It's very confusing.
Sherman, Texas, right?
Yes.
And we've got a banner that has the email address and the telephone number. It'll appear up there periodically. So y'all watch for that. Sub for Santa is
Okay.
the next part, right?
Yes, that's our next project. Sub for Santa. This year we are going to do as many families as possible.
Right?
We will, if you have a family that you think is in need for Christmas, please come to the lodge and let us know.
Okay, so
And we will buy toys
best that you
and
can.
necessities that the kids need, and we will also give them we will bring them a Christmas, all the fixings for a Christmas dinner.
Oh, how sweet.
So we do need donations for that.
Okay.
Non-perishable foods.
So there, you'll see a banner go across the screen that has a QR code that goes directly to their donation page. Yep, see, there it is, directly to their donation page for this particular event. Their Sub for Santa. They would like the donations in by December the 15th, of course, because that gives them time to do what they need to do.
Exactly. Have to
But,
go
yeah.
shopping. You know
Yeah,
what that's
gotta go
like these
shopping.
days.
Oh my gosh, yes. And shopping is. I was driving home yesterday, and it was 5:45 in the evening. It was already getting dark, and we have already gotten the start of the Christmas shopping season. So I was.
I know. It's
oh
horrible.
my gosh, I was stuck in traffic. Not something that you normally say in Sherman, but I was stuck in traffic. It was horrible. And then getting into the stores was even worse. So y'all doing this for them so they don't even have to contend with that, much less not having the money to go and do
No.
it.
Oh, and we do
is even
and we
better.
deliver it right to their house. So
Do you that's great too. All right, so once again, the QR code will take you directly to their donation page at PayPal, and their telephone number and email address is on a banner that you'll see coming by. Their email address, Sherman Elks 2280@gmail.com.
What a great memory. Wow.
Yeah, I try.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Email addresses are something I deal with a lot. Their telephone number, 903-893-4431. Do keep in mind that they are not open until 4 p.m. in the afternoon, unless it's a Sunday. During football season.
or if we have something special going on.
So, is there a posted calendar?
Yes, sometimes. Yeah, we try to put it on. We don't really use our web page, but we do have a Facebook page.
Okay.
So it is on there. You know
Right.
what's upcoming.
All right, y'all need to work on that Facebook page. I'll come help you with that.
Okay. Yay.
You ain't lying.
So
Yeah, it needs some work.
Does it?
does.
it
Yes.
does. It
So
does. You know,
I-
well, not to be nasty, but the powers that be really are like me.
Right.
They're older. And a lot of us don't.
What?
A lot of us don't get all that stuff.
She say she's older.
Nah,
She's in her
too young.
prime.
Yeah.
I
Come
remember-
on.
Let's see. The first time I met Joanne was at an open mic. I met you at the one at Red Rock, right? It was brief, right? But I remember thinking, oh my gosh,
That's
Yeah.
where we met.
Yeah.
I do remember that at
Yeah.
karaoke at Red Rock.
that's right.
Okay.
And she got up and sang. I'm going, wow, she must have been singing for most of her life. And then my second thought was, she stole my song.
Which one was it? San Antonio?
Crazy. It was crazy.
It must have been a Patsy Cline.
It was crazy.
Yep.
Anyways, she stole my song, and I was like, "Crap! Now I got to find something else."
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, we all have those nights.
You know,
Right.
"Crazy" is one of those songs that's picked quite a lot
Yes.
at karaoke because everybody knows it. It was such a big hit at the time, even now, especially after
Now, do
she
you know
passed.
who wrote it? Oh.
It was Willie Nelson, if I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly.
Yes, it was.
Along with Walking After Midnight. He did a lot of songs. He was a instant success after 40 years. That's the way he puts it. Mm-hmm. Because he did a lot of writing. Now, you know who else is an instant hit after 40 years, right? Chris Stapleton. He's been writing in Nashville for a very long time.
Wow.
And he's just now, I say just now, it's been within the last 10 years, Advent, he's burst onto the screen, onto the stage. So, yeah. You play music, too.
Correct.
Yes, and so we want to hear from you.
Are we going to do that now?
We're going to do that now.
All right, let's do it.
Josh is, he's got a beautiful voice. He plays guitar. He writes songs. He's like the whole package, and he's actually kind of cute, too. For somebody who's like almost half my age.
Kind of. And we'll see. We're gonna leave these off, actually. We're going to try to do this at, what time is it? Is it 11 now?
It is.
It's almost 11, so it's not even 11 in the morning. We're trying to sing, so let's see
Yep.
how this goes. This is an original song that I wrote. Essentially, it's about that one person in your life that anytime you go back and and think about it. Go ahead. There's always that one person in your life that anytime somebody asks, who is your love, who is your person, one person always comes to mind. So this song is about them. It's called Always Everything. One quiet night, you made your way into my life, and all of those feelings, they come rushing to my mind. Well, can we try to make it right? Because you're always in my heart, and you're always on my mind. I couldn't see it from the start, 'cause girl, your loving made me blind. Somewhere along the road you'll see the love you took for granted leave, but you'll always be everything to me. Let's go back in time. Let's go far enough. We'll leave this behind. I'm sick of this healing. Take me back. We're gonna be just fine. It's only one moment in time. Because you're always in my heart, and you're always on my mind. I should have seen it from the start, but girl, your loving made me blind. Somewhere along the road you'll see the love you took for granted leave, but you'll always be everything to me. And I'm holding on for life. I gave it my best fight. I need you by my side. And through it all, my love remains. But even now I'll stand and say that you're always in my heart, and you're always on my mind. I couldn't see it from the start, 'cause girl, your loving made me blind. Somewhere along the road you'll see the love you took for granted leave, but you'll always be everything to me. Somewhere along the road you'll see the love you took for granted leave.
Thank you. Good job.
Music is such an important part of our lives, isn't it? And be able to write something like that. I have a hard time writing songs. I don't have a hard time singing songs, but I have a hard time writing songs.
Well, I get to listen to that all the time.
Do you really?
Yes, because he lives with me.
Well,
so
that's true. That's true.
In talking about writing songs, like in the last, 3 weeks or a month, I've really tried forcing myself. Like, when you wake up, if an idea comes to mind, write it. So in the last 2 weeks, I've woken up and gone, this is a great concept. I've written it down and I've just wrote a song. I really want to get back into writing.
I think you should. You write really good songs. We've got a lot of really great songwriters in this area, and you are one of them. I love your music. I've always loved your music from the first time I heard it.
Thank you.
And it's really, and that's the reason that I do this thing, because this area has so much talent, so much musical talent that it's just not even funny.
It's amazing.
It does.
And it
It does.
never gets recognized. Outside of this area, they're just now starting to get recognized here. And that is the open mic on kickbacks on Wednesday nights. They're starting to get recognized outside of the area down into McKinney because people are getting referred up to us, up to this open mic. So maybe some of this bleed over is starting to happen.
Right.
And I'm so looking forward to it, because I don't know anybody around here. Now, people are going to know who you are because you auditioned for America's Got Talent.
Oh, here we go.
You know?
I said, don't get everybody's hopes up.
No, it's not a hopes up thing, because you actually got farther than I did.
Well, that's an honor.
So,
I get to hear this woman sing a lot, and I'm blown away.
Yes.
I am extremely blown away by the talent in our area here
I
at
know,
Sherman
right?
Denison
It's
that we
just
had
something else.
no idea existed. No idea.
None whatsoever. I mean, you hear it sometimes in karaoke. You can hear some of the talent out
Yes.
But that's all they do is karaoke.
Right,
they
that's all
don't do
they do.
anything else.
Yeah.
And there's some great singers out here.
there. They really are.
The songwriting talent.
Is
Like,
bar
I don't want to
none.
name drop, but Jonathan Van Huss.
Absolutely.
Oh, my word.
He's one of
His
my
songs.
favorites.
Yes.
I know.
I just
he
love
gave
him.
me permission to record Reason to Run Away.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
He really
And-
wants that on a track.
And it's going to be out in January.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
So when's
song.
something of yours going to be out?
Well, since we're actually at Podcast on Main / Split Window Studios, I thought I would give Chris a little chat afterwards
think
and
you
see if
should.
I can figure out when we can get a good time to
I think you should.
get always everything rolling. I'm dying. I'm itching to get back into the studio to work on that.
You know what? I think it's a good thing. We are at the Podcast on Main at Split Window Studios. We are directly catty corner from the 34 Chop House and across the street from Heritage Park, which right now has a jazz fest going on. There are 2 stages for the Jazz Fest. There's this one, and then there's one a couple of blocks down. Heritage Park is in the 400 block, and there's one at 220, which, if I remember correctly, is Ivanhoe. There's a brewery / winery down there. Everybody go check that out. Y'all go check that out, too. I mean, your lodge is in Sherman, but you do works outside of Sherman. You do works throughout Grayson County, I would expect, yeah?
And
And Collin County, too? Yeah. So yes, we know that Sherman and Denison have their rivalry, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sherman and Denison are the 2 lodges in this area.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is there's Dallas. There really
there's
isn't
not one
anything
in-
between here and there. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
that, I'm surprised. I should think there'd be one in McKinney or
I would
Melissa. or
Not
something
yet.
like
We're
that.
working on it.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they're
cool.
looking into putting one in that general area. So.
That's good. Well, I mean, not that you guys need competition or anything like that, but it's all when one rises, everyone rises.
Right.
Yeah, is that the
Exactly.
theory? Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
theory.
Well, our lodge number is 2280, and they're up into the 3000s now. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it's a direct numeric. Whoever gets the next in line
Right.
gets the next number, right?
I've
So-
been a member of 2344, 2349, and now 2280.
Yeah. So this lodge, when was it initiated? Sometime,
It was 1963 or
Something like
62.
that.
right?
I believe we just had our 50-year
It was yeah, I think so.
celebration.
Oh,
We didn't
wow.
really have a 50-year celebration because we celebrate every Friday night. But, I do know that there's a bunch of plaques for every year that we're certified with the Elks organization. And the first one, I believe, is 1962 or 1963. It was probably 1963.
Right. That's definitely something to celebrate. Yeah,
Yes,
50 years
yes.
of
We have a
doing
long
this.
history in Sherman.
Right. So what does the lodge do? I mean, it's not their charitable works, right? I know that there's a back room and For the love of God, I saw wrestling in there last night.
Yes, every third Friday, they have wrestling back there. It gets a little wild.
What is it? Texoma Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
And you can
Texoma
find them
Pro.
on Facebook.
You can find them on Facebook, and they are in our lodge on the third Friday of every month.
And when I think of like these are professionals, right? But when I think of smaller town, larger town wrestling, I didn't realize that they take it to such a professional level. Like you'd think there was a full-on production going on in the back room of the Elks. It
my
is
gosh.
amazing.
It is.
I peeked in there yesterday, took a couple of pictures, and I was like,
Yeah,
this is what I remember from when I was,
a kid.
when I was a kid and the Von Erichs were still doing their thing, you know?
People show up and show
Well,
out.
what did you just say, the Von Erichs? They were there a couple of,
About a month
last
ago.
month?
Yeah,
or
about
the month
a month
before?
and a half.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were there
must have been there.
putting on an exhibition, so.
That's
yeah.
kind of cool. I should, you know, we're going to work on that calendar. We really got to work on it. So,
Right.
because that stuff needs to get out more,
Need to
right?
get an events page.
Well, we
Yeah.
do. We have the Girl Scouts there on Monday. There's a Girl Scout troop that meets there every Monday. We have cornhole on Tuesday nights. It is open to the public. It starts at 7:00.
Right?
Um,
Karaoke on Fridays.
karaoke every Friday. We do steak
Steak
dinner.
night.
We do steak dinners at steak night. We do steak dinners, and we also have hamburgers and hot dogs and
so
regular.
it's basically a full-on kitchen,
right.
right?
Right. And then right now we're doing football on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Correct?
Correct.
My goodness.
Yes.
That's a lot of football. Okay.
Big game coming up this Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yes. we're Eagles fans, and we're originally from Philly.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah. But
That's as far as we're going to go on this podcast with that.
I think so. Because I grew up in Texas, so you know where
Yeah,
my
yeah.
loyalties lie, right?
well, yeah, like
Their
last,
hand is within arm's reach.
yeah, like the last game was Eagles and Dallas, and so yeah,
Oh, that's got to have been a.
I-
What was that like, Jason?
I stayed home.
Were you there? Huh? Go away.
What like?
That game the other day, the Eagles versus Dallas.
I saw him crying. I heard him.
No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry. I was
Two
like,
houses
okay,
down.
you know what? They did something, but that's it. I like Dallas, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't root for any
Either.
team. I just kind of watch the game and let it go.
If the Eagles are playing, I'm passionate.
Oh yes,
I'm
Right.
as passionate about the Eagles as I am the Elks.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
See?
Yeah.
you know.
job.
Good job, right? So, as you can see up on the screen, there's the open mic with Ann House. Talk about local live music. Where are you going to be next, Josh?
Well, what's today?
Today is Saturday.
It's Saturday. I can't answer that question. I just started a new job, which is really my old job. I'm going to be working long days, so it makes it a little difficult for the weekdays. Oh, you know what? What's today? Saturday?
Saturday.
Tonight we are at the Van Alstyne Legion. We have Doc's Karaoke. Doc is a
okay.
great friend of ours, and then Joyce and her husband Terry. They always invite us out.
Oh, okay.
So we just go over and
Van
spend a couple
Alstyne
hours with them.
karaoke. Cool. That sounds like fun.
it's at the American Legion.
Yep.
Okay. So, what's on the horizon?
Okay, well, we are doing. Yeah.
How much time do you have? She can talk all day about the
have-
Elks.
Yes, I have
About 23 minutes.
I have a list.
Okay.
The things that are coming up at the lodge, of course, we do karaoke and steak night every Friday night. On the 8th of December, we're doing an ugly sweater party.
Oh, joy.
So put on your ugliest Christmas sweater, come down and join us. We will have some raffle items. If you bring an ornament for our Christmas tree, it's in desperate need of new ornaments this year.
the old one's getting a little bit ratty.
Yeah, we will give you a free ticket to the raffle.
Okay.
And then we are doing a New Year's Eve party. We will have J&S karaoke there for the entertainment. They'll do music for singing and dancing, both.
Okay.
There is a $10 cover charge for that. We are doing a sweetheart dinner on the 14th of February, of course. Our Sub for Santa program, we're still working on that. Past February, I'm not sure what's going on.
Right.
Today, right now, as we sit here, we are doing our hoop shoot. which
Oh,
is
that's right.
which is a basketball free throw contest for kids from 8 to 13. And again, that starts at the lodge level, goes to the district, goes to the state, goes to Grand. At
So-
Grand Lodge, the winners there get their name on a plaque in the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts.
So whoever wins the hoop shoot here will go on to the next one and
Right.
on up. Okay, all right.
Yes, and in Utah we had a bunch of kids that made it to the finals. So yeah, it's a really great program. It's for boys and girls both. We also do a soccer shoot for the same type of a thing.
Oh, cool.
That's fairly new with the Elks. The hoop shoot
Right.
they've been doing forever, but the soccer shoot they've only been doing it for the last about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
But so those are two of the things we do with the kids.
That's pretty cool. So I
Yeah.
understand you did a fishing tournament too.
We did do a fishing tournament.
That's something. That's something big here.
Yes, my
Chris can find the fishing. See, there we go.
yes, and we do have a pond on the on the lodge property. So
Okay.
if you are a member, you may fish there. Josh goes there all the time. I think that's where he writes a lot of his music. He sits there and fishes and.
Sitting on the dock of the pond.
Copyright,
trademark.
But it is. I mean, you can take them home with you. It's not catch and release. So
Right.
a lot of people do catch and release there. But we did have the tournament. The kids had a ball.
Is it stocked?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We stock it every couple of years.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have what kind of fish is in there during?
There's bass, there's bluegill, there's red breast sunfish, I believe is our big three.
Okay. So, what are the requirements to join the Elks Lodge?
The only requirement we have is that you're not a felon.
Okay.
If you have
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to come into the lodge. If you want to join, speak to one of the members. You fill out an application. We do have an application fee of $30, and then we do a background check and all that fun stuff. We do an orientation, and then you are initiated into the lodge. It's a very interesting ceremony.
Yeah.
That we cannot speak of.
Right. It's an interest. It's something that is kind of. It's one of those little secret things.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
but it's great, and then the camaraderie is great. Our dues are going to be, I believe, $95 a year next year,
That's not bad.
or right in that general vicinity. And if you come in, like if you came into the lodge today and filled out an application, the next meeting is in December. We meet on the first and third Wednesdays. You might be initiated that week or the following meeting. We get you initiated, and then you can. Yeah, and once you join the Elks, you can go to any Elks Lodge in the country. As long as you have your card and it's valid, you can go to any Elks Lodge in the country. A lot of lodges have RV parking, which we do.
Okay.
We have full hookups back there. A lot of lodges just, you can even dry camp if you're, so inclined. I've
Boondocking.
done it. We took a 10-week vacation, went cross country, clear to New York, Long Island, and back.
Wow.
Yeah, we were gone 10 weeks, and we only stayed 4 nights in regular campgrounds. The rest were Elks Lodges or somebody's yard. But and it's a lot of fun, especially when you travel like that, because, the other thing is if you're a single woman, it's a great place, especially if you travel a lot for business or something, that you can go and you know that it's going to be a nice place to be. It's not going to be rowdy,
Oh, yeah. See,
There's a lot of protection you will
Yes,
have
you'll be protected,
with the men of the Elks.
Yes.
All right.
It's great. I have a lot of single friends, lady friends that are Elks, and I have one that travels. She travels all over the country. She's a food broker.
Oh.
And she's a member of the Elks, and she loves it because she can go to any Elks Lodge anywhere, and usually you'll find something going on.
right. So, what is the future for the lodges? Not what's coming up, but how are they? What things are you trying to do to survive this? There's a lot of organizations, right? So I'm part of a medieval recreation organization. It's called Society for Creative Anachronism, and they're having a similar problem getting newer members to come in and start
Exactly.
doing things, right? And I notice that happens quite a lot with what is essentially a fraternal order. SCA can be that. what are your thoughts? Because as I understand it, like you said, a majority of the members are 55 or older, right? So how are you coming, and this is for you too, right? Y'all are younger than that, obviously. So how are y'all bringing this into the 21st century, so to speak? I mean, aside from doing this, because we had to set up a donation point, right, for the Sub for Santa.
Yes.
And figure out, what phone numbers and, get everything all set up for this small podcast. Right?
Well, basically, the Elks is a word of mouth. You invite your friends, and then your friends will invite their friends. And if it's something that somebody, there are certain people, people are involved in all kinds of things. I'm a lifetime member of the Girl Scouts. I am also a member of the Eagles and the Elks. So I do a lot of stuff with kids and fraternals. So, but the younger generation, I don't know how to get them there. I wish I could figure it out, but
I think there's decades-old stereotypes that are really playing into it, because my generation grew up on like the conspiracies of the Mason, Freemasons and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And it really puts a negative stereotype against other organizations. And on top of that, we also need to do a better job in the Elks and other organizations of kids don't do word of mouth anymore.
They don't.
No.
It is all digital. We need to be the standard of the digital age if we want to survive beyond.
So just so you know, the Texas Elks does have a website.
yes, they do. And a lot of lodges everywhere have websites.
Their website is www.texaselks.org, I believe.
Yes.
And I think there's a banner for that one that even gives their pretty, see, there they go. There's their pretty little logo, right? So now if you go to their site, you know what you're looking for, right?
Yes.
And then there's elks.org, which would be the national organization.
Right.
So you can actually go to there and determine where your closest location is. Does it do a good job of describing what the benefits of being an elk are?
The websites?
Yeah.
Having never gone on the Texas one, I don't know. I have been on Grand Lodge.
The national?
Yeah, and the national one is they do. And the there's certain things that you can't get into on the national one unless you're a member.
Right.
Okay.
You have to log in.
But it will give you the history and the general idea of what goes on. You can find an Elks Lodge in your area just by going to elks.org.
Mm-hmm.
You put in where you want to be, and that's how I found this
The one here.
When I moved here from Arizona, that's how I found this
So
one.
you did find it on the web
Yes.
through their website.
Right.
Whereas you guys, this is the same lodge. Well, I'm guessing that you moved with your grandma when she came this way.
I came this way because of them.
Oh, okay. So it was kind of the other way around then.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
loves me.
She loves you.
I do.
But you were kind of family, right? So did you ever?
I never really looked into the web page or anything like that. I just kind of grew into it. Father.
Did you ever talk to your friends about it? Is that something? I mean, let's say high school, right? Because you kind of grew up in the lodge. Did you ever talk to your friends about it in high school? Did that ever?
Oh yeah, I used to call my friends up and say, "Hey, let's go to the lodge and go play pool and stuff." It was something to do, and that's what we did. We used to have like 2 pool tables in there and just had a good time.
Are there pool tables in there?
Yeah, we got one.
Okay.
We got one right now.
And darts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
have
saw the
2 or
darts.
3 dartboards there.
Yeah, every once in a while, Tim would bring his darts and he'll play because
Right.
he loves to play.
And then,
darts.
like I said, they do cornhole every Tuesday night at 7.
I'm not really good at throwing things into other things. I wish I was. I don't. That's why I don't play darts.
I do really well
Only
at throwing
toilet
at
paper in
other
the
things.
tree.
Yes.
In fact, somebody a couple weeks ago threw one of those beanbags so hard they broke a blade off the fan.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, they
no.
knocked a blade off the fan last couple weeks ago. So
I don't think that was in our budget.
I don't think so.
Habitat for Humanity. May I recommend Habitat for Humanity for replacement parts for fins? There is a Habitat for Humanity here, by the way. It's their restore is over on I forget where it is, but it's in Sherman. So if you ever have anything that breaks like that, 1 charitable organization to another one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what it's all about.
You know, I tend to think that way also. I am unfortunately an introvert. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really am, right?
Most musicians are.
Me too.
That's what I have come to find out. Most musicians are introverts. Now, I know quite a few who really aren't. They just really, there's no way you could call them an introvert, but
One comes to mind.
yeah, no kidding. I can, like, I'm going to run out of fingers. But it's hard to be a musician these days if you are an introvert, because talking with people is sometimes hard for me. It's one of the reasons I do this, is so that I will talk to people. What do you do do you have other musicians at your lodge aside from?
Oh, we do.
Squirting
Yeah.
here?
There's one gentleman that has a band for years and years and years, and that's Don. I forget his last name.
Yeah, Don.
Don.
I don't remember his last name either.
I think it's Hood, Don Hood. We have another gentleman, Jonathan and John, and he and his wife are now doing music. He plays the guitar and sings, and there's a lot of people that are there that you don't know that they are musicians. You know, until
Kind of by design? I mean, do they?
they just don't say anything until somebody says, "Hey, we're going to have an open mic. You need to come out."
Right.
You know.
Right.
And we do that with a lot of our karaoke singers. We have some karaoke singers over there that are amazing.
I know, right? I was there last night.
Yeah, and
Some
there's a
really
couple
good
of them in there that just blow your socks off.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Really, some really good music. So anytime you want to listen to something, come there on a Friday night. You'll get a wide variety of things to listen to, I promise you.
Yep. And kitchen opens at 6.
Okay.
For dinner from 6 to 9, and then karaoke starts at 8. And we have a good time. As for things for the Elks, the motto of the Elks is Elks Care, Elks Share.
Okay.
So we do. I mean, we do care. We do share. If we promote that, wear a red shirt on Friday for the veterans.
Oh, so I wore a red shirt yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I didn't even know I was wearing a.
Yes, you
for
were a
veterans.
good girl.
I was. I did good.
I pretty much wear a red shirt every Friday, have for years. But and like I said, we are going over to the VA nursing home in Bonham in the next week or so to distribute the Afghans that were made.
Did you bring one of your Afghans?
Huh?
Did you bring one?
I didn't. I was going to and forgot. Sorry. So, but yeah. But
just we still have 10 minutes. I mean, y'all talk to me a little bit more about. Yeah, you're stuck talking now.
Well, let's go back to you were talking about musicians being introverts. And we'll talk a little bit about our music scene here in Sherman Denison.
Okay.
Like, I had never gone out. Obviously, everybody knows who I am. Most people look at, say, Jason. They look at his face and they go, oh, there's Jason. Oh, there's Joanne. I have to talk before people recognize that it's me. Like, most people are recognized by their looks. I'm recognized by my voice. And I'm sure you get that when you go out to places, too. You don't get that?
No, most of the time people. So, okay. One of my favorite things to do is be in front of people who have never heard me before.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
The
And-
turnarounds.
Yeah, I get the big head swivel things and the jaws that hit the floor.
That's the best
Yes.
part.
That's what's one of the best parts. I love that part of it. And then recently it's been the hat.
Oh.
My hat.
Oh, that just looks adorable.
I know, right? With the headphones. and
Yeah,
everything.
with the headphones, it doesn't work.
But the hat and all this mess. So they recognize me based on that. They don't recognize me based on my voice. I get a lot of people who say, "Oh God, I love your voice. I love listening to you," and I never see them again.
Casuals.
Yeah.
I like to go when I go a new place. I don't stand up when I sing the first time, and I usually do crazy. And I've had so many people come over to me and say, "Oh my word, I thought that was the jukebox."
That's what my
That's a
husband
big compliment,
said
too.
when he let's see, we've been married for 25 years. And so right before that, when we were still dating, he came over for dinner one night, and Kellen, my daughter, I took her in the bathroom and was giving her a bath, and I was singing. And he came back there looking for the radio. Who's that on the radio? And I'm going, nobody. There's no radio back here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you do have a beautiful voice.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I mean, it's
Our local music scene will pull the introvert right out of you. It has
it's
opened
starting
me
to.
up
Is
so
it?
much to
Oh, yeah.
to
It
other
has.
musicians, and I've made so many friendships. And Jonathan and myself, I'll get a random text from him, or he'll get a random text from me about a song that we're working on, or
Really?
anything.
Cool. That's good. Because I
And-
need people who write songs.
Josh, I think that was a hint. You need to write a song for her.
No, seriously. You know that we do in a songwriter circle sometimes, too.
Yes.
And Jonathan-
Sadly, it was canceled last time around.
There was a rain event.
Yeah.
But Jonathan is usually the impetus behind that. And I think he said he was going to do another one after Thanksgiving. So watch Facebook.
Yes.
You know?
He should be the one that runs that, too.
He's really
Like,
good at that.
his
Oliver
songwriting
is too.
skills.
Oliver is
too.
He ran the last one, and it, just turned out to be really, really pretty great. It gave me some ideas, let me work out some things, because I don't play an instrument. I need somebody to help me with that part. And
Right. We have such a wide assortment of musicians and genres, and because I grew up on Michael Bolton, but
Yeah.
I grew up in Texas to love pop country. Like, I love the modern country
that bro
sound.
country sound.
But
Is that what they call it?
Well, I think that's more like red dirt country, what they call the bro country. I'm more of like, it's a love story, baby, just say yes. Like Taylor Swift, stuff like that. Scotty McCreery. But we have so many different genres here. Jonathan, I would consider him to be more of the red dirt kind of E majors, A major,
I don't know.
pound the
I
chords.
haven't really thought about that. I mean, obviously Oliver is a blues musician, and we have an awful lot of country folks around here. People who do country music, and
We also have Amy with jazz and different things, and oldies.
Amy. I'm going to be honest. Amy just defies description, in my opinion.
She does, but she's
She-
such a sweetie, and
No,
that
in a good way.
I know, and that ukulele of hers is just cute. I mean,
So cute.
yeah, she plays a ukulele, and so she's just an
It's good to see
all
her
around.
gaining her
Yeah,
confidence.
yeah, she's getting her confidence, and she's doing very well.
So what about you, Jason? Are you going to start singing now?
I don't know. Probably stick with karaoke.
Where's the mute button?
Yeah, right.
If I ever get over this cold, I'll get into singing at the open mics. But
I think you should.
I
Talk
just-
to Tim. Tim's the human jukebox. He'll
Oh,
have
I-
something that you can sing. I promise. He has a lot of stuff that I don't sing. That he does. You know.
Yeah.
He's one of the only people I know who covers Meatloaf. Seriously, he is. What kind of music do you like? What do you sing when you sing karaoke?
Oh, geez.
He sings
Stapleton.
Adele.
I do quite a few different things. No. What? What is it?
Adele.
Adele? Yeah, I do that. I do Purple Rain. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Variety of
Yeah.
things. I'm more like classic,
Classic.
Classic
pop,
rock.
Classic
Pop.
rock.
Classic
yeah.
rock.
Classic
Yeah.
rock, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I grew up on folk music and country music. And bluegrass. My mother likes bluegrass. But my dad liked folk music and country music. And even though he did not sing, because the man could not sing to save his life, he did listen to music a lot. And my mom, who could sing, didn't. I always found that dichotomy a little bit weird, but what can I say?
Oh, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
my dad had a beautiful voice but wouldn't sing, but he only listened to classical music. That's
Oh,
what I
really?
was raised on. I didn't get into country music until I was married and moved away from home.
When she grew up.
Interesting. When you grew up,
yesterday.
I was going to say, I haven't done that yet, have I?
Yesterday. Yesterday.
Yep.
All my troubles seem so far away.
But it looked as though you're here to stay.
Oh, I believe in yesterday. I don't know what Tim is saying. He says that we're in pretty much the same register, so you couldn't do harmonies for me, and I'm going like,
Who, me and
"Bull
you?
Pucky." Yeah,
Oh,
that would
I can
work.
harmonize anything.
See,
Yeah, see, I can do that
Give
too.
me a whistling kettle on the stove. I'll
I don't
harmonize with it.
harmonize as well. I mean, I do on some things, but not as well on others because I'm a soprano, so I go up on the top.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a top harmony, that I'm your girl. But
Yes.
you know, if you need something else, it doesn't always work that way. So yeah, well, I think that we have finally come to the end of our day. Yeah, have you had fun?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Has it been an enriching experience
Yes,
for
it
you?
has. Yes.
Time to go to
Something
work.
new.
Oh no, Josh has to go to work now.
Honestly, I work somewhere that I'm excited to go to work, so I really
Well, that's
don't.
good.
Yeah, they actually.
I don't
called-
have to go to work today, but I'm going.
Yeah. And he left them a couple of years ago, and they actually called him up and said, "You need to come back to work for us now."
Wow, that's pretty
So,
cool.
A little
I'm
bit
actually
of an exaggeration.
exploring an opportunity
it's
with
not.
an employer I had over 20 years ago, so it's kind of cool. So we have been here with the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, the Sherman Lodge 2280. You can find them in Sherman on FM 1417. The address is 1713. See how I got around that this time? Their telephone number, which is answered after 4 p.m., 903-893-4431. Their email address, shermanelks2280@gmail.com. You can find them on the web at texaselks.org and elks.org, should you care to. And there is and will be a donation QR code posted with this episode when you see it on YouTube and Spotify, as well as on Facebook. So you guys donate to the Sub for Santa, which helps families in need with their Christmas this year, including their dinner for that day. Thank you again for tuning in. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.